Okay, so this video is going to be quite a chatty video where I basically just talk in front of the camera right here. It's not going to be anything really well edited or anything. It's just going to be like me just sitting down here and talking with you guys, because it's going to be a new series where I basically just go over my A-levels and my just the sixth form life in general, and just talk about how everything's going, how I'm feeling, how stress is like, and how just everything I can just think of. I want to make an ongoing series throughout the year and throughout year 13 as well, so I can have something to look back over in the long term. And so basically what we're going to be doing is just talking about sixth form and how it is, and just my thoughts. Get yourself comfortable, grab a cup of tea, get some popcorn or whatever. I'm gonna go get a cup of tea myself, and let's get straight on with the video. Okay, I think we can get started now. So if you don't know already, it's in the description as well, but I do the following subjects. I do maths, biology, chemistry and French. And the first thing I want to talk about is for A-levels and how it's been so far, because I know that when I signed up for A-levels, I knew from the very start that it was going to be a lot of work, and I prepared myself for it as well, because I thought the difficult part about 4 A-levels is that there's one more A-level on top of the normal 3 that people do, and so there's just a ton more content that you need to know, or just a ton more skills for whatever subject you're doing that you have to know on top of everything else that someone would normally do. But the thing I found is more of a problem for A-levels is the lack of free time that you get. So if you don't know, in sixth form college you get free periods, and basically in those you get a choice of either if you want to study or if you want to just like hang out with your friends and things. From what I've been told, I've been like advised to actually spend these free periods to actually study, and I've been trying to spend as many of them to study as possible, because I don't have many. If you check my timetable, compared to my friends who do like 3 A-levels, I don't have many free periods, but I do occasionally spend like 1 or 2 free periods a week just chatting with my friends, because right now it's only been a week. The workload is like, it's quite low. It's not that much, but it's definitely a step up from year 11, because at the start of year 11 we got a bit of homework, and that's the only work I did, and that was it. But the weird thing about year 12 is that they expect you to do so much more. Like before, every now and again what I would do is I'd like read into the subject a bit and try and like impress my teacher, because I already know a bit of the knowledge, right? But nowadays, like in year 12, they want you to do that already. So today I had biology, so I'm filming this on the Friday, and I had biology, and I didn't like read the stuff beforehand, which our teacher recommended for us to do, but I completely forgot, and I was lost. I was genuinely really lost. It was our first lesson on biological molecules, and it's like it didn't really click into my head, and throughout the entire lesson I was just like I zoned out. It didn't make any sense. Let me talk about free periods now. So I don't have many free periods. There's some days where I have literally no free periods, and other days where I have like 2 or 3. So they're really useful in my opinion, because like you can work in them. I'm lucky enough that in our school we have like a sixth form centre where we can just chill with our friends and things and talk, and we have like a private study area as well, so that's really nice. It really helps when I'm trying to revise and things. I like the independence that we get at sixth form. We get like these ID cards. I don't know about other schools, but we get to like just leave the school whenever you want, which is kind of nice.
End of the day vlog, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that we don't have to wear a set school uniform anymore, that's also really good as well. Even though I've only started year 12, it's still going pretty fast, and I don't want it to end, because I've heard that year 13 like things ramp up even more, and I'm already like starting to feel this time restraint on things. I'm still adjusting from like 3 months of doing nothing, and even before that we used to just be recapping GCSE content. It was like a long while ago when we were learning new things, so it was really difficult at first, especially to learn all this new information. And that's like it's a nice segue to our next like topic of this video, which is like the subjects that I'm doing and how I'm finding them. Even though this video is not structured in any way, it's just me talking. Yeah, so I'm doing maths, biology, chemistry and French. I'll start with maths. Maths, because it's only single maths, it's not further maths. It's like it started off really like baseline. It's like the just standard GCSE things right now. Like I'm doing straight line graphs, surds, indices. It's nothing difficult, so I barely spend time at home doing maths because there's not really anything to go over. Chemistry, on the other hand, I would like to say I'm good at chemistry. For GCSE, I got a 9 in it, and it was just overall pretty straightforward. It didn't there was lots of parts where it took a bit of time to understand, but then it clicked and it was fine. It was over, and I move on and do some practice and things, right? But for A level, it's completely different. Like from lesson 1, I realized that chemistry A level I understand why so many people say that chemistry A level was really difficult, because it's like the thing about chemistry is the concepts are really difficult to get your head around. So from the first lesson, right, atomic structure, you'd think really easy, it's really straightforward, you'd think, right? But the things about subshells and like shells, that like at first I didn't understand that lesson. It made no sense to me, and I got really stressed because I thought, what am I meant to do? I've failed from day one. But I think the important thing about A level is once you've done a subject, a lesson, is to either spend a free or like at home go over like that material and make sure it actually makes sense. And the way I've done it for A levels is kind of different to the way I did it for GCSEs. For GCSEs, because I had way more subjects to tackle, all I did was just like flashcards and practice papers. But for A level, because I've got a less amount of subjects, I'm trying to do a different style, and I'm trying to see if that works. I've recently got this iPad, and it's really helped with my studying, and I've kind of like switched up the way I've studied with it now, and I've kind of adapted with it, and I haven't like realized if it's better for me or not yet. I'm gonna probably wait until like the exams themselves, when like the first couple of exams start rolling in. I'm gonna see if like everything's going well, and then I might make a separate video on this, on how I'm making, because like I've got a completely separate like order of things I'm going to do for my revision. I've like set it all up before year 12 even started, so I didn't have any of that to worry about. So yeah, I'll go over that in another video, because I think it's very well organized in my opinion. So yeah, but I need to first see if it works myself. Going back to chemistry, the thing about it is once you understand the topic, it clicks, and then it's fine. The click is much longer in A level than it is in GCSE, so that's one reason I think a lot of people say that chemistry is more difficult. And one thing I'm worried about is this is the very start. I don't know how this is going to scale up, because from here I'm already lost. Okay, so biology as well, I would say that it's kind of similar to chemistry in the fact that a lot of the topics are quite difficult to get your head around, but I would say it's much easier in the sense of getting your head around it than chemistry. I would say that the difficult part about biology really is the content. So I've already known about this because a lot of people have told me that biology A level is really content heavy. Like there's a lot of new words that you need to know. There's so many really long words that you've like never heard of before. They just expected to know from like the very start. And I would say that for biology, it's really important to do your pre-reading and to just have a quick skim of everything, because like we started self-structured yesterday, and there was so much new information, and it's not that it was difficult to get my head around, but it was the fact that there was so much. It was like the nucleus itself had like 4 different parts. There's some endoplasmic reticulum for some reason. There's so many new things that I just never heard of before, and like I was busy trying to process all of that, and then all these functions were getting thrown at me, and all these like structures of everything were getting thrown at me, and it got like really overwhelming. And so what I've done is after that lesson, I tried to like properly consolidate all of that stuff, and it's starting to make sense to me now. But I've realized that every lesson is going to be like this. It's not going to make proper sense until after that lesson, when I like go over it again and I just consolidate it myself. So so far everything's going good. I haven't talked about French yet. So French, I would say currently is probably one of my favorite subjects I'm doing. It's super fun. It's a really slow pace right now, which I'm like fine with. I'm already going on such a fast pace on biology and chemistry. I want to like slow down with some other subjects for now. So French, I have 2 teachers for all the subjects, by the way. For French, it's just like, I don't know, it feels like there's not really much going on right now. It's like very similar to GCSE in the way where it's got like these separate topics, and like we work through all of them, and I find it really fun. Mainly it's probably because of our teachers. I have a really good French teacher, and he's amazing. He's the main reason I just enjoy French a lot, and our French class is really small as well, which is kind of nice because it's easier to get to know everyone. And yeah, I've just remembered I haven't really talked about that. So obviously with new 6th form, there's more people that come in, and like getting used to all these new people. That's another vibe that I wasn't really used to before, and I think it's definitely a different feel. Like sixth form feels very fresh compared to GCSE, in a good way. It's like it's got a different feel to it. When I think of sixth form, it doesn't like associate itself with GCSE. It's like separate. I don't know, it's weird, I can't really explain it. With sixth form, I think I've gotten a bit more confident with speaking to other people. If you don't know, I'm quite a shy and reserved person usually. If you see me anywhere, I probably won't speak a lot. I'm just like that. That's who I am. I'm quite introverted, but I think it's kind of forced me, all this new people stuff, it's kind of forced me to talk to new people and like get to know more people better. And I've like found a lot of friends who had like really similar interests to me, and it's nice because I didn't know I'd be making new friends. It's definitely enjoyable so far. I know that a few months down the line I am going to probably be complaining, because that's what I've heard from all the other sixth formers, that this is just the beginning. So I'm trying to cherish this as much as I can, trying to have fun in my free periods as much as I can, as well as work obviously. But if I don't have work, I mean, I might as well have fun. There are days where I'm leaving much later than usual, and there's days when I'm coming home much earlier than usual. That's really nice. It's definitely one of my favorite parts about sixth form. Just getting used to getting all this work done. That's the one thing I haven't properly gotten used to. All this pre-reading and all this like stuff, all these notes that I have to make. It's like, it's a lot. I didn't expect all of this, especially from the first week. I thought, from what I heard, first week would be just recapping GCSE stuff. I mean, it is for a few subjects, but for like biology and chemistry, it's not. The first lesson for biology, doing like some admin, talking about like how biology is going to work, and like, you know, all the classic things where it's like, oh, the course is going to be split up into 3 papers, and like they talked about that, and they talked about how like the practical endorsement works, and you know, all that stuff. If you're in year 12, you probably had the same talks as well with your teacher. Yeah, that is basically it. I don't really have much else to say. If you guys enjoy this type of video, make sure you like the video down below, and make sure you comment any things you might want me to say in the next video, I guess, whenever that will be. But I'm trying to make this a series, so if you like this type of chatty video, make sure you let me know, and I'll see you again next time. I have a lot of revision to do right now. Well, I don't. I only have like, I think it's only chemistry that I need to go over, but yeah, I'll do that and probably go to sleep. It's kind of late right now, but yeah, I'll see you guys again next time. And another thing I really wanted to mention is whether I enjoyed sixth form life more than GCSE life. I know it's only been like a week, but I'm saying that I probably enjoy sixth form life more, because like I like the fact that I can do my own subjects, that I enjoy myself. Like for GCSE, I had to do like subjects like English and like physics. In my opinion, I didn't really like them, and so it was always a bore trying to turn up to them and like do the work, because I knew I had to at the end of the day, but I really didn't want to. And even though it's much more difficult for A level, I feel like it's more interesting and more engaging, so it doesn't matter for me.